Title: The Secret Journey of Roxelana to America. In the Grand Court of Suleiman the Magnificent, under the domes of Topkapi Palace, lived one of the most powerful and cunning women in Ottoman history, Roxelana. Known for her beauty, intelligence, and manipulation, she wielded immense power in the empire. But there is one tale history has kept hidden, buried beneath centuries of forgotten whispers and secret scrolls. The story of how Roxelana once journeyed across the Atlantic to the land that would become America. It began in 1530, during a period of unrest in the Ottoman Empire. Political tensions, court intrigue, and the looming threat of rebellion within the Janissary cause made Roxelana uneasy. Despite her rising influence in the palace, she knew that enemies surrounded her. One day, she overheard a conversation between two Venetian traders, whispering of a new land across the ocean, a vast, untamed continent where no sultan ruled and no vizier schemed. That night, beneath the moonlight filtering through her private chambers, Roxelana made a decision. She would escape the court and flee to this new world. Her plan was unthinkable. She arranged secret correspondence with the Venetian traders, who were willing to smuggle her aboard a merchant vessel departing from the port of Izmir under the guise of transporting silks and spices. A decoy was left behind, a trusted handmaid who resembled Roxelana enough to fool the court for a time. The journey across the Mediterranean and eventually to the Atlantic was treacherous. Roxelana, dressed as a mail merchant's apprentice, witnessed storms that tore sails apart and diseases that claimed the lives of fellow passengers. But she survived, her determination burning like fire. After months at sea, she landed on the coast of what is now North Carolina. The dense forests and wide rivers were unlike anything she had known. The local Native American tribes noticed her immediately. Her red hair, pale skin, and royal bearing made her an object of curiosity. Yet she was kind and offered gifts of silk and jewelry. She was given shelter among the Powhatan people. There, she met John Whitaker, a young Englishman who had gone rogue from a failed colonial expedition. A mapmaker by trade, he had stayed behind in America rather than return to a land that offered him nothing. He was the first man to see Roxelana not as a concubine or political pawn, but as a human, vulnerable, brilliant, and brave. Their bond deepened as she learned his language and he learned hers. Roxelana shared stories of the Ottoman court, of Suleiman's strict rule, and her fears of assassination. John, in return, taught her how to survive in the wilderness, how to hunt, fish, and live among the native people. For the first time in her life, she felt free. But freedom was not to last. Word reached Europe of a mysterious foreign woman living among the tribes in the New World, a woman who matched Roxelana's description. The Sultan, upon learning of her disappearance, sent covert agents to retrieve her. Months later, two assassins posing as Jesuit missionaries arrived in the village. A deadly ambush was set. One evening, while Roxelana and John were walking by the river, the assassins struck. John was gravely wounded while trying to protect her, but Roxelana, having grown strong and sharp in her exile, outwitted the assassins. Using poison derived from native plants, she lured them into a trap and ended their lives. But John's wounds were fatal. As he lay dying in her arms, Roxelana made a vow. She would never return to the palace, to the lies and blood of the empire. She buried John beneath a tall oak tree and carved a message into the bark. "Here lies the only man I ever loved." From that day, Roxelana disappeared into legend. Some say she changed her name and lived among the tribes until old age. Others believe she sailed south and died in the jungles of what is now Brazil. Her story became a myth told in hushed tones around tribal fires and whispered among early settlers. In 1976, an archaeologist named Dr. Eleanor Hughes discovered a centuries-old ring beneath the roots of an oak tree in North Carolina. The ring bore the imperial insignia of the Ottoman Empire and a single word engraved in Arabic, Hürrem, Roxelana's birth name. Was it truly her? History may never confirm. But if the whispers are true, then the most powerful woman of the Ottoman Empire once walked the forests of America, loved, hunted, and free. And now, you know the secret they never wanted.